Hi there, my name is Marrielle. I'm a Nerium brand partner as well, and I just wanted to put this little video together for you to get some tips about putting booths together and working at events in your area. In the last year and a half, probably about the last year, I did 60 plus events, and I learned a lot, and I was nervous at first, and I didn't know what to say, but the more I did, the better I got, and the more comfortable I got. A big thing about it was I treated my little area like it was a little shop, like it was my shop, like they were actually coming to me. I was drawing them in, which really helped my mindset that I wasn't putting somebody out or chasing them down like a mall person with perfume. So I think that's really important if you've never done this before, to just relax. And at these events, people are there to look and to shop, and they just want to see what you have. So what's amazing about our products is that the pictures speak 1,000 words. So I would always suggest to have, a bunch of pictures. If you don't have a big setup, now this is a big setup for a larger event. I'm in my house, so it looks huge right here, but when I'm in with other vendors, I just fit right in. But nobody else has pictures like us, so really take advantage of that. Go to Kinko's and print some out. It doesn't have to be on major thick cardstock or foam board in the beginning. You could just on glossy paper, and that's what I had here for a long time. So let's see. So pictures are huge. People are going to look at them. The first thing I always say is, have you ever heard of Nerium? And they say no, and I go, oh my gosh, it's an amazing anti-aging company. Now I say a holistic anti-aging company and wellness company, and I just draw them in. I go, look at this. These are all of our customers, befores and afters, and we just ask them to share them with us, and it's word of mouth marketing. And I'm going to say something similar to that, very little. I don't want to say too much, but I do want them to get to come towards me to look at the pictures. I also say, for the business, I want to, present the opportunity. So I say it's a $1 billion company in under 5 years. It's the fastest growing anti-aging and wellness company, something like that. I'd have to check with Nerium on that. Anyway, so what's really important is that you want products in hands and to capture their information. Okay, so I always have a raffle, whether I'm raffling off. I used to raffle off like a bottle of Firm, like at every event, but this is what I was doing, just a few events, and now it's just too many. So I raffle off a little eye patch, which people love. They're a great gift. They're super. So once a day or once an event, I'll raffle off an eye patch, and I've made up these little teeny raffle tickets. If you could see them, just name, phone number, and email, and you really want to make sure you try to get all of their information. You could say, if you fill it all out, you'll get a bigger prize or an extra prize or something like that. Because if we don't have this, they're going to just walk away with samples or product, and we'll never see them again. So really try to get their phone number with their email. It's really important. I have a template. I just made this for free online, and I can put it down below in the comments for you guys to, cut out. Or actually, I went to Kinko's and I got like 1,000 for maybe 20 bucks because I was doing a huge event. And I would say I got a lot out of these little papers. And I used to do the papers that had, what's your skin type? What are you looking for in skincare? Would you like some, a business opportunity on the side? Everything like that. And I have to tell you, we don't have that much time with people. And when they're signing up for a raffle, they're not really reading that paper. So I would suggest to get something smaller, because you're just going to save money, but you're going to capture their information. So that's super duper important for this. And I always have this little sign up here, free demos, free eye serum samples here. And some people think that they're just going to take it and, get to take it home with them. And I really try almost always to try to get them to do it, at the event. And number one, it really draws people in. One of the last events I did last Christmas, before Christmas, there was a huge crowd watching, and I had like 3 people doing samples, and I took all their pictures, and it was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like something bigger than I thought it was going to be. I got 11 customers that day. It was nuts. A lot of times with our products, because they're more expensive, some of them are more expensive, you don't get, people to commit to an ADO that day. So I was just really super duper excited, and I got 6 Class A prospects for the business. It was a stellar day. It was amazing. So I always have like a little sample, even if you're bringing your own product, just bring your own product, use, you know, a small little pump, not too much, tap, pat, pat, pat. If they have makeup on, I feather it out to the side so there's not like a line of product, especially with people that aren't used to wearing a lot of makeup or anything, and just like feather it out, pat, pat, pat. Have them really not speak, keep showing them some pictures while it's drying. You really don't have much time, so we try to get to the sample before you really start talking about stuff and showing them pictures. So then that gives them the time to dry and you can take the after picture. One good tip is once you take their before picture, try to make sure it's in good light, and if they're not squinting, it'll just give them more little fine lines and stuff. Always take a picture of anything else, of the floor, just so you can tell the before and afters, because sometimes it's really slight and you don't want to, you know, mess it up for them. You want to do a good job. So I would always I've learned, because I was like putting them together in front of them, and it's just crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, which was first? And I learned. So take this little note. It's really easy. Just take another picture. Also, did I take my EHT? I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, and so if they can't stay for a sample, you can give them a little one of our singlet packets. These are money in the bank because they're just amazing. There's 30 in a box, and I always put my little label on there with your name and your email, your capture page, and your website. Always have that. If you let these walk off without your information, you're just throwing money away. So always keep your label on them. I also cut my labels for this, so when they open it, it's right where the little tear is, and they're not going to lose or rip your information in case they really like it, and so they can just call you. So that's super duper important as well. So for sampling other things at an event, I always have like old bottles. I do a lot of outside events, so I can't keep a lot of big products. Ooh, something's in my hair, my eyeball. I don't want to ruin the product, the integrity of the product. So I keep like lower things that are almost out. And I have a little bit of firm in here. People have, this lady before Christmas, she was putting this all over her knees and she was loving it, and she became a customer. I was like, this is crazy, but it pays to keep a little bit of product in there, or a big one if you're doing inside events. For the day cream, I always put the day cream on them because it's fabulous and you want them to walk away with a great experience. And so I always put the day cream on them, but when they ask to try the night cream, I put it on myself because the night cream's a little thicker, and instead of using like a spray water bottle and this, it seems like a lot to a new person. So I don't use a spray bottle. I just put it on myself, smooth it around, and have them smell the essence. And I go, oh my gosh, the scent, it smells like bananas and cucumbers. Isn't this amazing? And like a spa, I always say it's like a spa. And so that is really helpful, so they're not walking away going, I don't want that, it's kind of thick. Because it is a night treatment and it's supposed to be thick, but you don't want someone walking around during the day with a thickness, and we don't want to leave a bad taste in their mouth. We want it to be all positive of their experience here with you. And now we have Perlistic. So I'm going to be sampling out this too. My first event for this month is in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. And I do have Youth Factor singlets, packets. I put my little label on the bottom of them, and I just wrap it around so it can really fully read. And I teach them where to like pinch it and pull it off and put it in their drink if I give it for them to go home. And I do sometimes, if I can't have like a regular water bottle and stuff, I have these cute little cups over here. Where are they? These little, you can get these at the dollar store. And so I have these cute little cups, little, sample shot glasses. But they're great if you're going to sample Youth Factor, but you do have to keep it cold. And also, I've noticed it kind of changes if it's over time. And if they're in little shot glasses, you can't like keep stirring them like right before you give it to them. So I either don't do it, but I just read somebody else on that feed that we had that they freeze these the night before, the day before, and then they melt when they're at the event. And so they're kind of cool, which is great. And also, and they're like the integrity is still there, I believe. So I think that's kind of a great way to do Youth Factor samples as well. And then I will be giving out Perlistic pixie stick kind of stuff. I'm so excited about that too. So for sampling, that's what I do for sampling. I always have, so the dollar store can be your friend. You do not have to have this big thing. I did not start like this. Do it small, do it inexpensively. The dollar store, you can get almost everything there. You can get a mirror. I got a little super cute mirror that people love to look at themselves and before and afters, and I'll take their picture. I also got these cute little mirrors here. So it's really pretty. You know when you go into a mall and they have, oh, it's everything so pretty and sparkly and stuff. So if you just get these, it's $1. And it's such a cute little presentation. I don't know if you could see, but it like, you know, it sparkles up. I have a bigger one down here, but I like these. You could get like a couple of these and then just put all the products out there. And you're like, you have a little shop. I love it. It's so cute. Oops. Oh my gosh, I just almost broke it. Anyway, I'll get that later. What I was just gonna say, everybody likes to know how much is everything. So I always have a little frame of how much things are. And you can get that at the dollar store too. I had a great coupon for Michael's, so I got a couple of those at Michael's that were actually just sitting in my house when I pulled them out for the event. So print out, I always print out and put on like preferred customer prices or wholesale prices, you can call them, and retail, so they can really tell that they're going to get a discount and you can get them the best discount that there is. So that's super important. And around Christmas time, I'm sorry about the samples, I did some fun little stuff, and really this is the dollar store as well. So I put a couple of these together and I just taped them on to every little sample, and people love them. They were just, it's a little special, you know, they just felt special. It was a little gift for them, so that was really cute. And I didn't know how to really explain youth factor to everyone so in the beginning. So what I did was, I don't know if you can see this, but it's kind of crazy, but I just got a little bowl from my house and I threw some vegetables, whatever I have in the refrigerator, and if I'm doing like a weekend event, I'll go and get some stuff like a big head of lettuce and something that people can really see. And I say, can you eat all this every day? Because I can't eat all this every day. And I have a other little thing that says, or drink this. And I have a little picture of youth factor in there with, or drink this. And people always go, oh my gosh, I can totally drink that drink because I don't eat, rarely anyone eats four servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Some days, yes, it's super, but I can't. So I thought that's the way to just draw them. What's the fruit for? What's the vegetables for? And I get to explain it a little more. So let's see. We don't have much time with them. Like I said, you literally have less than a minute, sometimes 2 minutes, and you want to draw them into the booth. So it's really important just to be happy and fun and excited, because this is exciting. You don't know when we're going to meet our next 5-star or international on a camp, NMD. This is exciting. It's super fun. So just get to know your neighbors and your people around where you live, and I'm sure that things are gonna work out for you. When I do this is also what I do for the raffles. I went to Staples, and these are only $2. These are tiny, so they're not big and cumbersome, and I use that, and I always put a flyer underneath the little raffle papers and a pen with it. So they can do the raffle, they put it in. I have a bowl all the time. I don't know if you can see this, a little bowl that I put in, and I put some little fake ones in there, so people don't want to be the first one when you're at an event, oh, no one's doing that. Make it look like people really want it, because people do want a product. So I put a couple fake ones in there so they can see that people have already done it, and then they're gonna sign this and they're gonna pop it in. Now, I like to take it from them and I'll put it in, because I'm gonna put on little notes on the back of it or on the front of it. You say, would you like some more information, or which product would be your favorite? I'll send you a little video about that. And they always tell you what they like the best. So I totally make a note of that, and I put it on this little paper, and then I, fold it up and put it in the pot. Or if I gave them a sample, I put that I gave them a sample and to follow up. Or if they don't want any spam and they only want, the video you're gonna send them, I put that on there. If I think they're a prospect, if I've given them a magazine, I write that on there. And if they put it in themselves, just right when they leave, you can just pick it out and write your notes. But that's your money. The money, fortune is in the follow-up, and we want to know what we spoke about with them. Okay? So that's really important. I also got at the dollar store, I got these little picture framey kind of things that you used to do when you were little kids. Anyway, it was $1, and I printed out a ton of little pictures. And this is like all I had in the beginning. This is what I would carry in my purse, in fact, because people like tactile things sometimes, I feel. So these are 30 cents 4x6 at Walgreens or Kinko's, and I just put those in, and people love, they start showing people around that they're with, and so they don't have to point to the big pictures. They're doing that as well, but they really like to have something in their hands. And so I put one together like with Firm, and then some of the new products at the back when we did the eye patches and stuff, and I have to add a couple more new ones. And then I do some of the, like the night cream, day cream, and some eyes. I put the eyes in both, like the lower priced the eye serums and stuff like that, and the Illuma Boost. I put pictures in there for on both of those. I just have 2 of those, just because you never, I mean, sometimes there's a lot of people, sometimes there's a little people, but you always want to have something to show them quickly. And let's see, and I always mention that, you know, want to get into a free raffle? I'm having a free raffle. I'm raffling off these awesome eye patches. Look at this picture. This is amazing. And just draw them in, and they'll be like, okay. And you know, some people, they're just doing it for the free raffle, but while they're filling it out, you can talk about the opportunity, because that's how we build a team. So you can get to know them, form them, you know, family, occupation, all that kind of stuff. Just get them chatting for a little bit. And so you can kind of say, slip in, did you ever think about, you know, having a little something on the side? If you talk about vacations, do you have a vacation fund? It would be, you know, this is a great way. This is what I'm doing. I'm, you know, earning my vacation fund. My husband is so happy. Stuff like that. Just throw those little tidbits in there as well. I always try to have a little bit of our happiness, or live happy. So I put live happy on the back of, I mean, this is just silly stuff. And I'm not an expert. I just learned a couple things over the last year or so. So I just want to pass it along to you. But I put little happy notes on things. If people do purchase that day, I give them I usually take a couple $10 gift cards, and I'll say, here's your free shipping rebate. And they love to pick from a couple different $10 gift cards. And if you don't have that, do not worry. It's just something that I've learned over the time, that if I have extra cash this month to, you know, use for marketing, I'll offer that. Like during Christmas, I was really gunning for Paradise is Calling, and I brought, you know, Starbucks and just a couple different ones. I can't even remember. Oh, Amazon, and they got to pick, and they loved picking the different gift card for their shipping rebate. So they love that, and that was really important. And then when I really thought that they were going to be, when they're a good opportunity prospect, you know, classy prospect, I absolutely gave them other samples. I was like, oh, you have to try this. If they purchased on the spot, you have to try this, you have to try this. And so they loved it. Make sure you get their information. If they don't order, you have to make sure that they have their, you know, ticket in the raffle and what you gave them, so you can follow up. Because really, it's just important to follow up the next day, the day after. Send a video and then follow up. You know, make a little routine out of what you're going to do. And let's see, always have your magazines there. Always have labels. If you have anything at your booth, it must have a label. If it walks away, if they like it, they're gonna call Nerium, and it's gonna go to someone, executive director or above. And it was you that really, you know, introduced them. So you want your credit. I put the labels on the outside sometimes. Get the good kind that'll really stick. Some of the labels don't stick that well on the outside of the magazine. So I would put it inside, and I usually put one in the back. I don't know if I did with this one, but put one inside, very visible. And I use the big bright green ones and yellows, pinks, all that kind of stuff, so they can really see, oh gosh, that's her name, you know. And I spoke to a woman this morning, and I had called her because we were going to get together for a 7-day, you know, sample. And she was like, I was just thinking about you. I pulled out your flyer, and I have a wedding to go to, so can we get together? And I'm like, absolutely. So you never know where these little, I made some flyers for a big event I did last year. You never know where your flyers with your name is going to land up. You know, it could land up at a friend's house or something. You never know. So that's really important. And always say that about our 30-day money-back guarantee. And if feel the difference, you want to feel the difference, you can do a 7-day, you know, sample, or if you want to see a difference, I would do the 30-day money-back guarantee, and people love that. Let's see, EHT. I think I'm going to do now with EHT, I'm going to print out some of the testimonies, even in these little things, and put them in the back, because I do have some stuff that says about EHT, and I do have this. I don't know if you can see this. This is a big one. So I went in with another brand partner, and we got this because we were doing a lot of events, and it does say, you know, that Princeton's on there, and, you know, exactly what EHT does. And that's a really great thing to draw people in. I'm messing it all up over here. And then for use factor also, if I'm not going to be sampling it out, I always have a clear water bottle, and I have some youth factor in there. And, you know, I'll give it a good shake, and I'll be drinking it, and people are like, what's that? And I tell them what it is. I show them all the vegetables, my line, you know, do you eat all this every day? Because this is what we're supposed to eat. You know, just chat. It's just real people. We're just here to chat. I always have a little bowl of candy, because everybody likes candy when they're walking around at events. You'd be surprised who comes over for candy, that you can chat with them. And just be genuine and just be yourself. Let's see, and you're gonna do just great. Let's see. Oh, about like the backboard. I got very lucky. I inherited this early on, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's kind of big, but it does fold up. But at Michael's and at the dollar store, they have those science fair fold outs. And my team members are using those, and they're really working. And so just get a nice color, maybe the blue or the green, to go kind of with our Nerium colors, and put your pictures up on that. Okay, and if you can get a couple of the bigger pictures so people walking by that are not right next to you can kind of see, that would be great, just to draw them in. Also, when you're doing an event, a lot of people stand behind their table or sit down. I don't ever sit. I have a chair there just in case, but really, unless it's super dead, and even if it's dead, I'm talking to the other vendors. A lot of other vendors have become my customers because, you know, the products speak for themselves. They're amazing, but I always stand in front of the booth, and I'm always chatting, and always, you know, having a good attitude. It really takes you a long, long time. A long, long way when you are happy. So think of Live Happy. Do your gratitudes before you go. I'm so happy and grateful that this day I have gotten like 6 new customers and 3 new Class A prospects, or a couple of brand partners. How cool would that be? So also, I have a big board that I did from, I wonder where the other one is. Here's one. Oh, sorry. Okay, and this is a big, huge event. So I did this. This is $16. It's on foam board, but it says free raffle for Nerium. And I had my booth number. And I did this with my upline that came to Colorado. I'm in Colorado from California. And I had a model. Now, this is crazy. This was a big event. There was thousands of people there. And we hired a model to walk around. And she held this on her wrist and gave out flyers and took names down for the raffle. So it's really awesome if you do have a raffle. And now I just hang this in my booth so everyone can see free raffle if I can't talk to everyone, because sometimes you can't talk to everybody. And that's fine, but that's why it's so great, because we have the pictures and they can just see and then come over to you. So let's see. I have my little samples all the time, my little sample giveaways. I always kind of hide them so people don't think that they can just take them. So I'll put them behind something, either a magazine or a stand-up thing over there. And really, really important is always have applications ready. You never know when someone's just going to say, oh, yeah, I totally have to have that after talking. Or not even after talking, just seeing it and be like, I need it. You just don't know. So be prepared and have all of your customer applications and brand partner applications, because you just don't know. You don't know. An NMD might be there that day for you. Let's see. I think that's it, you guys. If you have any other questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful. I hope I didn't speak too quickly. If I feel I forgot anything, I'll write it in the comments below. But best wishes, good luck. Start small, unless you have, you know, funds to buy a bigger thing. I think this comes from, I don't even know where, online. You could look up event booth setups and stuff like that, and this will probably come up, because that's what it's from, one of those like professional companies, I think. and it's just the backing of like what Velcro is. And that's what it is. So these are all Velcroed up there. And sometimes they were like taped up there in the beginning, but it was fine. They didn't even look at that stuff because they were looking at the pictures. So that's what's important. Okay, so I think that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful, and text me, email me if you need anything. All right, have a great day. Thanks, bye.